Hey YouTube, how the hell are you doing? My name is Brain Smasher and I'm back again today to talk to you about some vinyls. Some black metal vinyls of the filthiest, unholiest, most disgusting black metal you can imagine. I was watching some other YouTuber videos and they were showing off some records and I was just like, man, you know what? I'm feeling like vinyl today. So, you know, most of my time I try and show you guys my CDs and be like the CD guy, but I got records too. I can hang. So I just pulled out some random goodies, stuff I guess I don't hear a lot of people talking about. So I thought I'd show them off. And also, I'm trying a new thing where I got a microphone. Hopefully my voice will sound a little bit better. And what I'm going to try and do is play the album that I'm talking about while I'm talking, and then give you a little taste at the end of it. So, just kind of a trial run here. Hope you like it. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing or whatever, but just trying it out, and thought we'd see what I think of it. Anyway, so the first record I got pulled out here, again, no order, really, and they aren't all black metal by any means, but I just pulled out a bunch of good ones. Here is Hell's 2. Out on Passanta Urfa. This album was originally recorded in 2010 and released only on cassette by, I think, Eternal Warfare. And then Passanta Urfa, luckily, reissued this on double vinyl back in 2014, maybe 15 or so. A lot of that Gustav Dori artwork going on. But this record is so incredibly heavy. Just black vinyl. And it sounds so fucking good on wax. I'm not sure. I never had the tape, so I'm not sure really what that sounded like. Nice etched artwork there. I'm not really sure what the tape sounded like, but this album is so devastatingly crushing, just sonically speaking. But the style in it, that's kind of weird. Never noticed this. It's like a little red speck. Anyway, the style is just an awesome mix of your traditional like funeral kind of doom, kind of merging in with some like noisy, kind of crusty ambient stuff going on, and then they'll get into like some chunky, almost sludgy kind of parts. Just some of the stuff is so incredibly pounding and punchy. The way they do it, and I've seen these guys live. Oh, they're such a fucking force to be reckoned with live. There's even like a hashtag for seeing them live, lower your heads, and that's totally what it is. So I saw them live and I recorded their whole set with a pair of binaural microphones. So if you want to check that out, I'll try and leave a link down below where you can download the binaural recording. Binaural recording, if you don't know, is like 3D audio. So I'm wearing headphones that are recording a 360-degree image of the room that I'm in seeing Hell play live. So when you listen to it on headphones, it sounds exactly like you're there in the concert. So it's a really cool experience, so I recommend checking it out. And if you ever get a chance to see Hell live, fucking do it. And if you haven't heard Hell's 2 and you're into something really heavy, crushing, heavy as fuck, check that out for sure. Next is a full length from Front Beast. This is one of the stupidest band names in all of metal, but these guys, well, this guy is pretty fucking good. At times it kind of sounds like Burzum in ways, but then he'll kind of haul off and sound sort of like almost like a blackened thrash sort of influence thing. It's a really unique sort of blend here. Hell's Headbangers did a great job on this back in, of course, no fucking year on it. That's like an ongoing theme on this channel. I need to learn my fucking lesson and just either look it up and memorize when it came out or shut my fucking mouth. Nice thick cardstock on here. This is Avenger. This guy is in a bunch of other bands, and this band, Front Beast, is from Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably wrong there. Black vinyl again. But yeah, great stuff. Kind of black and thrash at times. Sometimes sort of atmospheric and pretty memorable at times. Really unique blend sort of stuff. I don't really hear. I couldn't really compare this to any bands specifically that sound dead on like Front Beast. Guy's got a ton of records too, so that's the only one I happen to have. Next here we've got Axis of Advance. This is their debut full-length Strike. This is a band I really feel like doesn't get talked about enough, and it's really weird because everybody's on Revenge's nuts, and Revenge being James Reed on the albums, and this guy, I can't think of his name, does live, and I think he's gone to playing on the albums too. But this is a lot more musical version of Revenge almost. And there's a lot more sort of sampling going on. There's a lot more atmospherics going on in comparison to Revenge. So I find it's got like the brutality and the intensity that a Revenge album does, but it's just got a lot more to chew on. And with memorable songwriting, the guitar tone on this is really fucking killer. And of course, just the ultra devastating, unending assault of James Reed's drumming is mind-boggling. So, if I'm not mistaken, these two were in Sacramentary Abolishment. They broke up and then were joined by James Reed, and the other guy in Sacramentary Abolishment went on to do Rights of Thy Day Gringo Blade, which is another killer Canadian band. Just a simple little lyric in sheet. Death to Mankind put this album out on wax back in, I want to say maybe 2001 or 2, I want to say. But yeah, check out Strike, Axis of Advance. They have a lot of great albums, but this one for me is really where it's at. Next is a Spanish band, Acre. I used to be pretty nuts about this band, and this is only on wax, and I don't really listen to this one all that often, so I'm gonna be bullshitting a little bit about this record, but overall, Acre as a band doesn't progress, so really all of their albums pretty much sound the same. My favorite being Tebele de Fictionium, I want to say it's called, something Latin. But this is a Spanish husband and wife act. Sounds at times a lot like the first Immortal album, in a way kind of like drawing those influences from early Bathory, and playing just like in a really necro sort of cavernous caveman sort of style. Blut and Eisen put this out on wax. Limited, hand numbered in 300. I think this is just on black vinyl too, yeah. No insert, nothing fancy. Just like vinyls used to be. Thin paper. This probably came out in maybe 2003 or 4, maybe 5 or so. And the band, I believe, is still active. But really interesting, just like super stripped down, raw black metal from Spain. And unique enough that I'm kind of a fan of Acre. Let's see here. Let's stick with Spain. I've also got Cryingenium. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about this band. They are still around. They've been around since 1992, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about them. So this is their third full length, if I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. 2000, maybe 99, somewhere around there. This is a killer full length though. Intolerance. I think these are all just gonna be black vinyl, so no biggie there. But nice gatefold presentation there on really thin paper. Style-wise though, this is fairly generic, but just really well done. Not a lot of crazy instrumentation or experimentation for that matter. Has a Blasphemy cover on it, which to me feels a little out of place, but I don't know. I'm just not the biggest Blasphemy fan, and I don't really get with all the fandom, and I don't think... I wouldn't call this like a war metal album by any means, but check out Cryingenium if that sounds interesting to you. It's pretty stripped down and raw, but complex enough to keep busy minds interested, I guess I would say. These guys are so cool. This is Infinity. This is called the Infinity of Death. Where are they from? I want to say they're Italian, if I'm not mistaken. Obscure Abhorrence put this out, and I wonder if this has some bonus tracks on it. There's also a bonus. I don't know if the bonus tracks are on the LP or if. So there's a 7-inch in here, as well as a poster. But man, just straightforward, raw, super aggressive black metal. From Italy, if I'm not mistaken. There's that bonus 7-inch in there. No jacket or artwork. But Infinity is a band I think just gets kind of passed over a lot because their album covers are kind of boring. Style-wise, they're sort of unremarkable. It's just like well done, you know. They're not really reinventing the wheel or anything. It's just really well done stuff, and they don't really put out albums that often. So they kind of seem to slip through the radar of a lot of people, but they're really high quality stuff. They have an album out, I couldn't tell you what it's called, but it's got like a blue album cover on it. It's fucking amazing, pummeling, super well orchestrated black metal. So this is just a single LP with the bonus 7-inch. I think that's kind of weird. But yeah, some labels on that. Let's take a look at this poster. I don't know what could be on this poster. And like I said, their album covers are fucking boring, so... The Birth of Death. A lot of chainmail on the picture. Probably not going to be hanging that one up, but Infinity's really good. I put them on quite often when I can't really decide what to listen to and don't really feel like checking out anything new. Always a good standby. Next here we have a Swedish black metal band called Heresy. Now these guys came out actually as a solo project. These guys are kind of like lumped in with that band Offermod and also Onskept and Watain in a way. So if you're into any of those bands, you've got to check out Heresy, especially this album, Infusco Ignis. This artwork is really good. I think I also have this on CD if I'm not mistaken. But this was recorded in Necromorbis Studios. And for a while there, when Watain first came out, I was kind of obsessed with them and anything that was recorded in Necromorbis Studios. Just lots of killer stuff coming out of there. Comes with a poster of the album cover. Kind of reminds me of the Leviathan album cover of Massive Conspiracy Against All Life. Black vinyl. Nothing too fancy here. Can't remember who put this out. Is it End All Life? Yeah, End All Life put this out. 046. Again, I'm gonna guess. I want to say this is probably 2003 or 4. But yeah, kind of orthodox Swedish black metal. Not all that melodic, kind of heavily on the atmosphere. It's very brooding in style, but pretty memorable, and the production on it is super awesome. I love that Necromorbid stuff. Next here is a newer band. This band is called Paramnesia. I don't really know anything about this band, and this is the only thing that I have and the only thing I think I've heard from the band. But this is super, super duper good. Sort of along the lines of a lot of the post black metal stuff, where it kind of gets into that sort of ash pourer, hypnotic kind of stuff. But really well done. I've heard this band is really, really great live. I think I've even seen some footage of them on YouTube. The label that put this out is Les Acteurs de l'Ombre Productions. That's in French. But yeah, just I love like the basic thing that I took away from this album is how insanely hypnotic black vinyl it was. They just pounded their melodies over and over and over. And I just tend to love that kind of stuff sometimes, where you're just listening to something and you just kind of get drawn into the music so much, and it gets to be so repetitive and like almost redundant, and you just realize, like, God damn, what am I doing? it tends to be kind of intense and engrossing, and I really love that about albums that can pull that off well without being too cheesy or boring. It's a really tough line to toe. But anyways, so there's some records for you. Check them out. Do your homework and get back to me. Let me know what you thought of them. That's it for this time. Let me know what you think of the sound setup. It's just kind of something I'm trying out. Hope it works out. Fingers crossed. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.